Yeah, now you don't have to worry about seeing the PC screen on the desktop. Well, the web browser rather. Normally I would be playing with the webcam, but the webcam's behind the TV because me being an idiot, I knocked it behind the TV earlier, and I'm just too lazy to get it. So you just got to get me without a webcam tonight. But how will you do it out there tonight? It actually looks like it should be raining outside. Why did we do that? Like, yo, Toasty, how we doing? How we doing? I don't know what just happened with the game. There we go. That was really weird that it kind of did that. Hang on, let me turn down my volume real quick because it looks like I'm a bit loud. That should be good. I don't know why I just did that. I could have literally just used the gain on the Scarlet Solo and just turned it down. But how was your weekend, Toasty? Don't worry, I haven't gotten very far in this game. Actually, I've only made it to like the very first town and just like talked to one of like the innkeepers, and that was pretty much it so far. You know what? Let's turn that down just a tad. I feel that because that's kind of how it was pretty much yesterday. It was just like like spent time with family. Other than that, like I really didn't do anything. All right, that's a bit better. Let's turn you down just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Hmm. Might be a bit too low. All right, we'll just turn you all the way down then. So it seems that the controller support is kind of a bit broken. There we go. I don't remember all these people being out here last time I played this. Yeah, thank you. It's gonna take. Wait a minute. I don't remember all this being out here. Ugh, it's nasty. All that sneezing as I walk by. What's wrong with you? The interesting thing about this game is that the native language in the game is actually German. Like that's the default language. Like as you start up this game, so I'm not gonna lie. Like when I saw that, I was just kind of like, "Hey, all that practicing I did back in school is finally paying off." And then I immediately thought, I was like, "Wait a minute. What if people don't speak German and they want to watch this? It's not gonna do any good." So here we are, changing the language. Changing the language. That was a very big, bright lightning strike. What's up with this lady? Chickens. You know, for that being a lantern, it definitely does not light up this room at all. That is very poor lighting. Just throwing that out there. I think I need to go back to the bar. I'm thinking that's what I need to do. I probably need to go up here and talk. Wait, what are you doing? Ooh, Dragon Quest. You know, I haven't played a Dragon Quest game in such a long time. It has been a very long time since I played a Dragon Quest game. Wait, did all this stuff just You sneeze one more time. But yeah, it has been a hot minute since I've played a Dragon Quest game. And it's why is there y'all some nasty folks? This is probably like like ground zero for COVID. Y'all need to get checked. I mean, I also don't understand why there's a shoe on this plate. Like, I just picked up food off this table, and there's a whole shoe sitting on a plate. I I'm like, I don't know. Brain's having a hard time processing that. Wait, didn't I speak to this guy already? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. This guy plays dice. All right, so we talked to him. I'm pretty sure Dragon Quest is on the Switch. It should be. Someone say they're also
What can
like
I do for you,
putting that
Mr.
on the
Townsend?
PC now and everything too.
Just head east, through the small passage between the two courtyards. I also marked it for you on your map.
I mean, it's not like I got enough games on the Switch. I mean, I've been buying quite a few games. Because I told myself that in the event that Nintendo doesn't make the next console backwards compatible, then the Switch was going to be my final console that I really like invest money into. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it adds up.
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman?
Oh, excuse me. I mean, even buying games on sale, or games that just aren't full price. Like, I mean, that adds up. I mean, you figure for the sake of argument, $25 a game at 220 games, you do the math and it adds up very quickly. And that's just physical. That's not including, the stuff on the eShop either. Oh, there's something else. Wait, is there something else over here? Yo, DJ, how we doing? How we doing, my guy? I mean, I could. Yeah, you know what? Hang on. Let me go get the webcam. Hang on. It's it fell behind the TV. I was just kind of lazy and didn't want to pick it up, to be honest with you. Oh, I guess I better quit being lazy. Let's see. This button, that button. Oh, that is really high. All right, let's give me a sec. I got to enable that. There we go. This is the this is the layout you're probably used to seeing. Controller. Where's the controller? There it is. Did I wait? Why can't I hear anything? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. Now for some reason I can't. Oh, you know what? I know why I can't hear anything. There we go. I've got to click back on the game. Yeah, man. Oh man, 5 days. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty pumped for Mania. I think it's gonna be a good show. There's a lot of backstory going into this year's Mania. Um, I feel like the set is gonna be a bit of a lackluster, but that's okay. I will sacrifice a pretty lame looking set for a good show. Hmm. You know, we're gonna.
Well, it's easy for you to say. In the
Huh.
city, such things may be commonplace. It happens there every now and then. But here, with us,
But yeah,
in Beethoven,
I
we
feel
don't
that,
face such
like
problems. How should one deal with something like that?
I
If
haven't
you want
been
to finish it, I can tell you, a catastrophe
well,
could
whenever he
go
stops
down in
talking.
the Village Chronicles.
I honestly haven't been this hyped for a Mania that I haven't attended since Mania 17. Like Mania 17 was a fantastic pay-per-view from top to bottom, and it lived up to its hype. Sure, if CM Punk wasn't hurt and a few other wrestlers weren't hurt, then this card really would have rivaled 17 overall. Not gonna lie, when he got hurt, and of course, a few of the NXT people got hurt. They were supposed to be, rumored to have wrestled at Mania. That kind of scared me because when it was like one after another, that honestly reminded me of 32. Um, when all the wrestlers got hurt for Mania 32, attending that, it was kind of like, man, this could have been like a great show. I mean, it was still fine. Don't get me wrong. For the wrestlers that they had, it wasn't bad, but it was just like, it's always gonna be that show that should have been. Yeah, like honestly, like I felt like this was supposed to be the year that Punk got his main event spot. I mean, even though Cody won the Rumble, like I still feel like that Punk should have been, that main event wrestler this year. But that's okay because that just means that next year Punk can have his WrestleMania moment. Because honestly, I feel like that had to have been like a huge part of his deal was that he main evented a Mania if he was coming back to WWE. Because if he doesn't main event a Mania, like that's gonna suck.
What are you talking about? Of
Hmm.
course, everyone here is scared. There's a murderer loose in Wolpertshofen. Just yesterday, we found poor Lenz. Dead. Beaten to death. Haunted by evil. Oh my, oh my. What shall I do?
Ah, the mayor. You have come to an inopportune moment. Schirmeyer is coming to pick up the body of his son. Let's
Um.
go outside.
So
We
the
have something to discuss.
so are we referring
Don't
to
worry, I will
SummerSlam
protect you.
or are we referring to
Mr. Schmidt, you can see
next
what's
year?
going on here. Lance is dead, the murderer is at large, the policeman is not here, and the teacher is threatening to start a revolution.
Because if we're talking post Mania, uh oh, okay, okay, I see what you're saying. I totally see what you're saying now. I think if
Mr. Schmidt, of course.
had Punk not got
One day,
injured,
there was an argument on Holy
then
Sunday.
hang on.
Parties in. People like to meet there after the service. You're
All
also
right, so I guess I
welcome,
can't skip
if I'm
all
not
of this.
mistaken. As I said, we
So
already
I
have
feel
a
like
good
if
fair
Punk never would have got hurt,
but
then we would have
I
had The
understand
Rock
that
versus Cody
crazy ideas
on night one,
will do for him.
and basically the same stipulations as now. It's like
And it got
if
heated.
Cody would have won,
Gentlemen,
then it
here's
would
a bottle
be
of schnapps.
Cody versus Roman 1-on-1, and had Rock won,
Dir passt der
then
bayerliche
we could have had either Rock versus Roman, or you could have had it as Cody versus Roman, basically in a no disqualification match as it is now, with bloodline rules or whatever you want to call it. Because I totally have Rock and Roman winning night one, 100%.
Not at all because they have so much to do with each other, but rather
I mean, again, nothing against Seth and Cody, but I feel like that there's too much on the line for that not to happen like that.
that's all that was needed. Schwarz didn't want to let it stand like that.
Though, in my honest opinion,
Schwarz is
like I feel like what they should have done
so likes to see that
was had the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre match on night one,
that's how they are. They always act so intellectual.
or
At
just
the end,
or what they could have done is do like they're doing now, just have it where it's like it's on night two,
the wrong idea.
but
Said,
immediately after the tag match to close out night one, not Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre comes running down, and he's like, "I'm not waiting for tomorrow. Like we're doing our match right now."
and the next morning,
And they have their match
over there in
on night one,
there's a lot of screaming.
and Drew McIntyre defeats Seth Rollins.
Accusing people. You won't calm down. You have to help me. Otherwise, the whole
Like,
situation
wouldn't that be like a huge curveball to have? Like, you think that oh, you're gonna go face Drew McIntyre healthy per se, in night two, and he's like, "Nope, screw this. We're doing this right now." Like that would be nuts. Like the people in Philly would lose their marbles if that happened on night one. And speaking of night one, I do have a huge gripe about night one. There's a 2 hour pre-show for night one. Listen, I've been to Mania before. I've been there. Um, 38 was Mania 38 was already a long show, and I want to say there was a 2 hour pre-show there too. Listen, absolutely nothing happened during the pre-show. Nothing. A lot of talking and a rather DJ. I I know like you're a DJ, and I'm not gonna lie, like 2 hours at a sporting event like that to hype up a crowd is really not needed, because that's honestly what they had. They had a literal DJ playing music to try to hype the crowd that was half there. Like the arena was half full by the time like the pre-show had just actually by the time the pre-show ended, like the show the crowd was actually there, unlike 32 where there was a network issue. So um a lot of people missed like part of the ladder match. Oh wait, what did I just press? I have no idea what I just pressed, but you know what? I'm gonna try and catch that Pokemon. But yeah, like honestly, like that pre-show is kind of like a recap. It's a recap, and it used to be like where it was like one or two matches, and that was the thing like I loved about Sunday Night Heat. It was like it was like they did the recap for like 30 minutes or so, and then right before the show ended, that's when they would switch over to the arena. And of course, I mean, not gonna lie, as a kid, I'd be like, "Oh man, I just want to see what it looks like." Like that's gonna determine whether I watch the pay per view or not. With the aluminum foil on the side of the cable box. But listen, oh man, it used to be cool because like those kind of stages will hype you up, like, "Oh man, it looks awesome." Like it never get better than this. And then of course, the next month, they'll do like Fully Loaded or Backlash. Actually, Backlash was my favorite, like outside of Mania, with the whole like swinging meat hooks. Like I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. So like that. I want to say that was Mania 15 when they did that really long either Mania. No, it was 16. 16 had the 12-hour pre-show, which was like just absurd. Like it was massive. It's just like why? Like why are we doing this long pre-show? And I get it because it's the first Mania of 2000. I totally understood that, but it was just like, man, like what a drag. And speaking of drags at WrestleMania, uh, I'm just gonna throw this nugget out there and take it as you will. But this Saturday, it's literally to the calendar day. On Saturday, April the 6th, 2024, it will actually be 10 years to the exact day the streak ended. That is like even saying that out loud, like that is bonkers. Like 10 whole years has passed since the streak officially ended. Like I honestly like I wasn't in this room. I was actually in the garage watching it with a friend of mine and it sucked. Like ah, you know, I mean like in the back of your mind like you knew it was going to happen. You just didn't know when it was going to happen. And and it, like it really like kind of like took the air out of the entire pay-per-view afterwards. I I'm not gonna I don't know if I want to watch that Bray documentary. I don't know. Cause like I know like they put a lot they had to have put a lot of time and effort into that. I mean just judging by the way everyone talked about Bray and like how he was so beloved like backstage. Like it's definitely gotta be a good documentary, but it's gonna be one of those things that's like hard to watch. Kind of like if they did one with Eddie Guerrero like after he passed, like that would have probably been a hard one to watch. Because I don't know if yeah, he's Hogan's also supposed to be at the like the Mania festivities this weekend, and I'm just like, why? Like, I listen. I've had conversations with like other wrestling fans, and I get it. Listen, I understand like the significance of Hulk Hogan and wrestling. I get it. It's the same thing with Benoit. I get it. Like Benoit was one of those guys that like had some phenomenal matches. I get it, but it's like why? Like right? Yeah, exactly. It's like like Hogan had his. Hey, do you need to go potty? Do you need to use the bathroom? All right, hang on. I think Sparky needs to use the bathroom. But yeah, it's like I get it. Like Hogan had his moment in the sun and everything, but it's like, listen, if I'm going to like their fan access, I don't want to meet Hogan. Screw Hogan. You know, like I know like people say, oh, forgive and forget and everything like that. Like people change and everything, but listen, Hogan has had several opportunities to correct his mistakes, and he has not. Okay, yes. So, okay, he saved someone in a car accident, whether, it was a life or death situation, doesn't matter. He did the right thing and rendered aid. Yes, I will give him credit for that. But that's where it stops. That is where I stop with Hogan and the praise of Hogan. It's just, yeah, exactly. And Flair's in the same boat. It's like, it's like these just I don't know. Like it's too much. I honestly, Flair, Hogan, and McMahon, they all share the same thing. And even like when the stuff for McMahon first came out, and I was talking to Sam about it, and I was just like, right, exactly. It's like he was, just, and I even hate saying it, like he was in the right place at the right time to do the right thing for someone else. You know, good for you, but that does not save you from all the things you've done in your past. Had you would apologized and corrected yourself and like, hey, I want to learn and do better moving forward, fine, fine. And actually be genuine about it. Be genuine about your apologies and accept that. You know, don't just be like, oh, hey, I'm sorry I got caught, brother. Don't pull one of those, because that's exactly what it was. It was just like, I said all this stuff. Oh man, there's a camera rolling. Dang, I got caught. And he wasn't genuinely sorry about it either. It was just like, let me let me pretend like I care just for the sake of saving face. But people like Hogan, Flair, McMahon, I feel like that there was a time where they were this character, but then somewhere along the line, like, that character became the real them. And so once all three of them pass, it's going to be hard to really distinguish, like McMahon. It's like a lot of the stuff that he did on screen. It's like, how do you know if that was McMahon the character versus McMahon the individual? Because knowing all the stuff that he's done, that we know so far, it's like you really kind of sit back and you think about all those different angles that he did with the women, in on screen stuff. It's like, man, like, this is this a guy that's doing this to like elevate a story, or is this a guy just like acting out whatever infatuations he has about these women? Like, it's a punch to the gut. And honestly, I mean, I've said it before. Like, I personally was not a fan of the Attitude Era. The storylines, sure, fine, for the most part. But the in ring product, I absolutely hated the Attitude Era. Hey, good evening, Steph. How we doing? How we doing? I sorry I didn't see you over there on Kick. Your favorite is in here, by the way. I really need to get up and like open the door so I can go use the bathroom. But currently, right now, I am scratching Sparky. But he's not barking, so we're good. Yo, how we doing, Frankie? How we doing?
All right, all right. 50 pennies will be
Well, I
enough.
mean, I'm just saying, like, there's
Good.
there's there's parts of the Attitude Era that were fine. Again, the progression of stories, fantastic. They did a really good job at telling stories. But it's so many like gimmick matches and like DQ finishes that really like soured the Attitude Era for me. And honestly, I'm glad Wrestling Bios is like actually going through the entire the Attitude Era, both with WCW and WWE, because it's like, man, like, I remember watching a lot of this stuff and I'm like, it's kind of sucked. My day's going well. Work was okay. I'm off tomorrow, and then Wednesday I have a early morning shift. Then Thursday, Friday I work late, and then I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's why if you saw the stream schedule, there's a lot of streams happening this weekend. I'm off, so you know. Yeah, see, Cena is also one of the ones that like really kind of I hate to say it, but like he really kind of stuck his foot in his mouth, like making those comments about McMahon. Because to my knowledge and understanding, I don't recall Undertaker making any comments, and Taker was really close to McMahon, so I think it's a good idea for someone like Undertaker to keep his mouth shut and just be like, hey, like it sucks what happened. Because I mean, then again, it's like what if he didn't know? Because it was a small circle of people that knew, so I'm sure a lot of those talents, at least the talent, didn't know. But for basically someone like Cena saying, it's like, oh, he's my friend, and kind of almost like downplaying what happened, it does suck. Because it's like you gotta you gotta be able to like and I guess kind of like the Benoit thing. It's like the in ring stuff. I respect him, great wrestler, phenomenal wrestler, and that's where it stops. Everything else is like screw that guy, like screw him. He doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't deserve any accolades, any any kind of like noteworthy credit or nothing like moving forward. And McMahon should be the McMahon should be treated the exact same. What he's done for the business, great. Like perfect. Like thank you for taking a sport and no, Sparky, not you. Your name is not Vince. Like thank you for taking a sport and taking it to these levels, that it hasn't seen before. Thank you for that. However, you can still go kick rocks and rock. Hang on. Okay, okay, okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go potty. Come on. You too. Thank you. Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's hot. I mean, I know I look good and all, but dang, it's hot. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm back. I am back. Yeah, that part is also pretty terrible. Because I don't know, like I guess when it all happened, like it was kind of like I didn't know, I didn't think anything like that would happen, to someone that's a wrestler and stuff, because it's like like you wouldn't think like something would go down like that, huh? Yeah, you can see me. It's like, oh, oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you. Oh, she hit me with confetti egg. Listen. Oh, is this it? Listen. I just got hit with a confetti egg, and you know what? I'm so glad like none of that went inside the drink because now I got like all this confetti all over me. There's confetti on the floor. I'm so glad that the dogs are not in here right now. 'Cause if they were in here, like that would be a problem. But yeah, now we got like confetti all over ourselves. Oh yeah, that ain't see. I'm not mad at you. Yeah, they can see you like full screen. Oh, you mother! Oh my god! No, you just didn't. Oh, you motherfucker! God, you know what? I hate you. Oh, I can't stand you. Kick you your ass. God, that is like confetti all on the chair, confetti on the floor. Oh, oh, bastard! Did I get something to drink? Oh, I can't stand her. Oh, we gonna fight. Oh, we're so gonna fight. There's literally like confetti everywhere. You know what? I'm so gonna have to like vacuum this floor. God, there's so much confetti in my hair. Like what? Ah, well, it's in my pocket. Everywhere. I don't even know what we were talking about. All right, let's see if we can empathize with this guy. So there is like a little dice mini game in this. You roll the dice 4 times, and as long as your number is higher than that empathy at the bottom, uh, then you're good. If it's lower, then you lose points. So like in this case, like 15, like I don't lose any points, and I have to roll, either 4 times and succeed, or I have to lose all those points on the bottom. So like in this case, like I just lost, almost everything. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope, of course. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We were talking about Vince and wrestling. Uh, I don't know, man. I like, of course, this it's only going to get worse at this point. There's really like no with this whole the allegations against McMahon and everything like this is going to be that one thing that that really just kind of and I guess you could say this is the biggest black eye in wrestling since the death of Benoit, honestly. I mean, because then you had the whole thing about the steroids and everything like that, and yeah, you're right. This really is like two black eyes because I mean, on one hand, you have that you have the cause of the lawsuit and the potential of this being something big, like a class action thing. I mean, because who knows how many other women are going to come forward with this and share their horror stories. And then, of course, on the other hand, you got, you have the promoter of a multi-billion-dollar company that is going to be scrutinized forever. Like you can't forget something like this. Like there's no way. And who knows? Like yeah, exactly. Like who knows how many other people are involved in this, both women and men. Because I mean, there's no way that this is just a one person job. There's just no way. As close as McMahon was to Laurinaitis, um, potentially even and honestly like, and I know that Patterson and Briscoe were close to McMahon on screen, but who's to say that they didn't know off screen? I know Patterson was gay, but again, that doesn't stop him from even doing things to certain male roster members. So like this whole thing is it's going to get nasty. Like, and I feel like the more that we know, the worse it's going to get. And of course, those that have passed away, like who knows if they knew. And this is one of those things like they swore to secrecy. God, I got eggshells on my back. I got confetti like on my back that's like making me itch. Dang it. Yeah, see stuff like that. It was just like it as a viewer, it definitely was a bit unsettling. Cause I mean, man, like honestly, like they really treated China like crap. They really truly did. And now they praise her, like nothing. But then it was like, why did it take this long, honestly, for them to go out of their way to try to praise China? Like it's one of those damning things because you're like, why didn't y'all do this when she was alive? Where was it? Because I want to say, let's see. So this is 24, so that'd be 22. So what she passed, what, 2016? Because I know I was supposed to meet her at the WrestleCon weekend of Mania 32, but she no showed. And the weirdest thing, like it like the thing is like when she no showed that WrestleCon, no one knew. Like not even her agent knew that she no showed until the event was happening. It was just kind of like no one like no one had any info. And of course, at that time, it was like you couldn't get a refund, so it was like you were just out of money. And I want to say she was want to say she was like $40 at the time to get like an autograph and picture, and it was kind of like, well, that like at the time it was like, well, that sucks, But then of course, months later, she passes, and you're like, man, like what the heck, And then you're like, because there was a time at that time, the reports was that oh, was she she was out, had some drinks and other stuff, and it was like, like you dismiss it because you're like, there's no way this is like going on, and then you know she passes, and then all the other stuff starts coming out, like the other stuff that she did. It's like, man, like I don't know, like maybe this was like a way of her trying to get help, and the people she was trying to go to get the help turned their back, and then once they realized that you know that the everything was going to come to light about it, then they were like, all right, let's kind of reverse course and try to do damage control. Right, yeah, and that was another thing. I do remember that being a thing, that they were like, oh, they didn't want to put her in the Hall of Fame because of her adult films and things like that. Yet they put X-Pac in the Hall of Fame with DX. So it's kind of like, And of course, you also had Jimmy Snuka in the Hall of Fame, who murdered somebody. So it's kind of like, interesting. And also the whole thing about DX being in the Hall of Fame, I also I have issues with that. I have issues with DX being in the Hall of Fame, and I have issues with the NWO being in the Hall of Fame. Because my thing is, okay, question. With groups like the Freebirds, or even matter of fact, we'll go with the Horsemen. We'll call out the Four Horsemen. Who were the original members of the Four Horsemen? I mean, honestly, who were the original members? And the reason why I'm asking that is because if you could answer who were the original members of the Four Horsemen, then I'm also going to ask who were the original members of the NWO? Who were the original members of DX? Because the argument can go, the original members of the NWO was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hogan. That's it. Those were your original three members. And I know you're gonna be like, no, Eric Bischoff, you had six. All of those were second generation members of the NWO. Right, yes, it was Flair, Arn, Tully, and JJ Dillon. And it's like, if you're going to add people like uh let's see, because who in the NWO they gave Hall, Nash. I don't know if Hogan got one for that, but if Hogan got it, then you got Hogan. Then they gave one to X Pac. So if X Pac is if he's gonna get in with the NWO, how come Stevie Ray didn't get one? How come Booker T didn't get one? What about Shawn Michaels? What about the Big Show? Where's Bischoff's ring? I'm I'm just saying, what about Vincent or Mike Jones? If however you want to look at it, like where are their rings at? Where? And if you're going to induct the NWO, what about the black? What about the red and black? I don't care for the Wolfpack. I don't. However, you still gotta include that. That's a part of the NWO because the Wolfpack and the Black and White merged. So where are their rings at? The Disco Inferno is a Hall of Famer. Disco Inferno is a WWE Hall of Famer. Like, what? Had the LWO would have merged with the NWO, now you're opening up a whole new can of worms because then La Parka is a Hall of Famer. But now you see where I'm going with this whole thing with DX. Well, they treated him like a member. They treated him like an honorary member of the NWO. And yeah, he actually became a member of the Red and Black. Not for long, but they had him as a member. And that's like that's my problem though, because it's like with DX you had Triple H, Shawn Michaels, China, and Rick Rude. Why didn't Rick Rude get a ring for DX? Why didn't Kane get a ring with being in with DX? Hornswoggle. Like, what about those people? Where are their rings at? Why is it that the Hall of Fame is a selected group of a group of wrestlers? I mean, granted, there are reasons, but they still could have at least sent one to the family, or just like, hey, like we know, that there's issues and everything like that, but we at least still want to acknowledge, the fact that without Rude, DX may not have been, you know, as iconic as it was. I mean, granted, Rick Rude really didn't do much for DX as like he did in the NWO. Again, there you go. Rick Rude should have a ring with the NWO. Yeah, that was pretty scummy. Like stuff like that, like you definitely you're gonna get what you deserve when it comes to stuff like that. Matter of fact, isn't didn't Bear's oldest son pass away? Because I know one passed, maybe I want to say maybe like a year after Paul died. Yeah, and that's another like I understand, Heyman going in Philly. Like I understand that. Like that was honestly, that was kind of a given. Like as soon as they announced, Maine going to Philly this year, it was like, all right, if Heyman don't get a ring, we got a problem. Like, that come on now. And I know like a lot of people was wanting like this to be like a whole ECW themed Hall of Fame, and I'm like, whoa, timeout. Like let's pump the brakes. Let's not put every single like noteworthy name from ECW, because depending on if you watched ECW or not, there's a lot of people that won't get recognized for being, associated with ECW. Raven. Raven definitely deserves a ring of some sort of capacity. Of course, you're not going to have people like C.W. Anderson getting one, Chris Jetty, the entire Dudley family, they're not going to get one. Sal E. Graziato's not going to get one, or anyone, Tony Mama Luke, Little Guido, none of the FBI is going to get a Hall of Fame ring. Yeah, not gonna lie, I watched ECW, so that's I'm like, you're probably like, man, he's just like rattling all these names off like it's just nothing. Yeah, I love DCW. I was one of those kids that like, I mean WCW and WWE was they were fun at the time, but it was just like it kind of felt a little boring at times. So I mean, honestly, I watched the ECW. It came on Fridays. I want to say Roller Jam came on first, and then ECW came on right after that on TNN. And man, that Roller Jam thing, like I want to do that so bad because like just being on like like the roller skates, with the 4 or 5 wheels or whatever, and just like drop kick somebody like that is like the craziest thing, man. Like, oh my gosh, like man, like dude, like that was some intense stuff because I'm like I never understood the scoring. Not gonna lie, to this day I really don't really understand the score, but I don't care. It was freaking just anarchy. It was great, and honestly, admittedly, I'm one of those guys that like the ECW games. I love Anarchy Rules. I think it gets a bad rep. Sure, it's not, the prettiest horse in the race. But if you put that game up against Attitude, Anarchy Rules was great. Sure, the roster, I mean, you're getting a WWF roster versus an ECW roster. But the amount of matches in Anarchy Rules alone completely wipes the floor with Attitude. And again, I loved Attitude. I I'm one of those. Listen, I'm one of those guys. I will put the PlayStation version of Attitude at 1, Dreamcast at 2, N64 at 3, Game Boy. We're not even going to judge the Game Boy because bless the Game Boy's heart. It tried. But when it comes to Attitude, the PS1 version of Attitude was great. Dreamcast is a good close second. N64, don't even touch it. Same thing with ECW. Anarchy Rules was great on the PS1. Dreamcast was also a pretty solid port. But the table matches, okay, the table matches on there were a little wonky. Like you slam somebody through a table and the match still goes. Like you got to pin them to, finish the match. I get it. It was fun. Like you could slam someone through like 20 tables. I mean, granted, the tables were on like one side of the ring, so it was like we had 4 tables. And it's like to get over on the other side of the table, you have to climb across the table. But man, like it was just, I don't know, it was something magical about the game because you had table matches. It was, to my knowledge, the first U.S. released wrestling game that had dumpster matches. Like a lot of people, would probably say, "Oh, well, well, 2K24 has this and that." Like Anarchy Rules did all that before, WWE did it. The whole backlot brawl that was on Anarchy Rules. They had an Inferno match. They called it a Brimstone match. Anarchy Rules did it first. The entire floor was lava. Literally, the whole floor was lava. You throw your opponent over the top, they burn up in a crisp. Just like that. Match over. They had what was known as the hate match, where it was, I believe, it was either 1 versus 12 or 1 versus 16 in a gauntlet style match. Freaking crazy. They had a barbed wire match on the PS1. And when you bled in that game, it was literal buckets of blood. You could paint the entire canvas just a crimson red. And playing against New Jack in a hardcore match was like the most satisfying thing. Because it's New Jack. It's freaking New Jack. Like, come on. But yeah, I digress. I don't know. I guess simple times back then. Honestly, much simple times. Maybe that should be the thing. Maybe we should kind of call an audible with this week's stream schedule, and maybe on like Saturday and or Sunday we dedicate that to wrestling days. Maybe we could like hook up the Dreamcast or the N64 and just play like some wrestling games. What do we feel? What are we feeling? Oh, oh, we could really open this up. We got the PS1. We have a PS2. We have an N64. We got the Dreamcast. What else had some iconic wrestling games on it? I feel like those are like the four. The GameCube, but then again, it's like, well, okay. With the GameCube, you did have the Day of Reckoning series and WrestleMania 19. Those are as those honestly, those are like either really high A tier games or even S tier, depending on if you played the games or not. Those games are fan freaking tastic. I'm a bit partial to the overall presentation of Day of Reckoning 2, but I like the story of Day of Reckoning 1 over Day of Reckoning 2. Like WrestleMania 19 walked so Day of Reckoning could run. That's how I feel like about those three games. WrestleMania 18 just don't bother with that. The Legends of Wrestling games again, same thing with those. Don't bother. Legends of Wrestling 2 is the best one. Showdown was all right. Like it's cool to introduce the ladder match, but I feel like the first one was a glorified demo. Two, they really polished the game and added like great wrestlers. Three, they added more wrestlers, but it's like it felt kind of sluggish in a way. Never played any of the backyard wrestling games, so I really can't comment on those. I think I have them on the OG Xbox. I know I do also have Celebrity Deathmatch, which it's kind of like eh. But again, I really don't know what system. Maybe okay. PS2, N64. Dang, I feel like those are the only two systems that. All right, all right. What if we do the N64 one day, and the PS2 the second day? I uh, do we call it fair like that? I think that might be the move. I think that is like a nice handshake move. The PS2 gets love on one day, the N64 gets love on the second day. The only thing is we got to figure out which one we play first. And I feel like the PS2 should be first. Because I mean, some Here Comes the Pain, that's the cream of the crop when it comes to the PS2. Like you ain't getting any better than Here Comes the Pain. And I'm pretty sure like on that day I can get Sam to come over and he would be down to play some Here Comes the Pain. He would totally be down to play that on stream with me. Sunday might be a little harder for him because he goes to church and everything. So the Sunday one, I feel like yeah we would have to do the N64 one. Um, oh, it's 12. Oh no, I think he has to go to work tomorrow. I'll hang on. Let me see if he's still up. Let me check Messenger. Because if he's still up, then I will definitely reach out to him and we can get that to happen. Nah, looks like he might be asleep. But that's fine. I'll send him a message in the morning and let him know that he's got plans Saturday morning and we will get some Here Comes the Pain on your screen Saturday. I'll have to get him to bring a controller. But he ain't gonna mind that. As soon as he hears wrestling Saturday stream, he's down. Thank you for the idea, DJ. Thank you. That's a very great idea. Cause I mean it's freaking WrestleMania. Like it's Mania season. Like you can't have a a event like this go you know really like unnoticed. And I'll have to figure out like to a way to get like a saved file to where like everything's already unlocked. That way, you don't have to sit there and watch me like play a story mode or do this mode and that, to unlock everything. I don't know how it's going to happen, but we'll figure it out. I feel like I've already talked to these people. And I also do need to buy some more belts. I saw you throw up your emote there with the two belts. So I have a little list of wrestling belts that I want. Of course, my problem is that I can't stop buying. Um, no game sound. Oh, really? All right. What about now? I'm so sorry. Like I thought I was clicked on the game the whole time. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I had clicked away from the PC screen. So that is totally my fault. But yeah. So in um, in these packages right here are Nintendo Switch games. By the way, these both came in the mail today, and I cannot open them until sometime in December. How we doing? Fantastic. Um, how was your Easter weekend? My day was good. Work wasn't too terribly bad. We're off Tuesday, so I get to kind of just relax. Tomorrow, I don't know what we got planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow's wife day, so okay. The reason why they're being saved for December is that so last year and the year before we did our 25 days of Switchmas, where we played 25 random games on the Nintendo Switch. Um, so what's going to happen is that these games are going to be like this game, for example. You see how it's completely sealed. So the only way I can know what's in here is if I open it and figure out what's in here. But these games are going to stay in the same original packaging that they came in. Of course, the mailing slip has been ripped off, so if I do hold it up on screen, I'm not gonna dox myself. But that will be wrapped up like a Christmas present, and each one is numbered 1 through 25. And so, starting December 1st, we'll open up whatever number we find out on the 30th of November, and that is the game that we play on stream for that day. And like last year, last year we had a issue where there was a couple of days where there was no game inside, so it was kind of like, yeah, you know, really had no idea what to do on that. And also, if there's two games in the box, then if I do a like, let's say I work 1 to 9:30, then the morning stream will be one game, the night stream will be another game. If I'm off that day, then again, I could same rules apply. I could play one, in the morning and then play the other one at night. If there's more than two games, then I don't know. We'll just pick one and go from there. But honestly, like the first year, we had some solid games in there. Last year, I got hit with so many like troll games. It was unreal. Because last year we opened it up to anybody. So like, if let's say you sent me a game in the mail, then your game was a part of the event. And so some of my coworkers last year actually contributed games, and I also had them to do the same thing. Like they couldn't tell me what was in the package, and whatever game they gave me, it had to be sealed. Like it had to be like in a bubble mailer, and I was not to be told what was in it until I opened it. And one of those games, I want to say was Paw Patrol. No, it was, yeah, it was Paw Patrol. It was a Paw Patrol game. Actually, that was the first game because it was number 13, and we were joking about it like the day, the day of the first drawing at work. We were like, like, wouldn't it be funny if your game was number one? And sure enough, it was number one, and I was just like, I hate you. And of course, I also got egged, twice tonight. Annette came in and dropped like 2 confetti eggs on my head, so I'm sitting in a pile of confetti right now. I haven't watched that Ten Commandments movie in quite some time. The weird thing is like you really don't see movies like that anymore nowadays. I mean, I'm sure that they're still out there, but like with the Passion of Christ, that movie really that was kind of one of those things where it was like, it came out and then it just seemed like, like the vast majority of like the critics and stuff, they kind of just shoot the movie to the side and was like, yeah, we're not going to talk about this. I honestly, I really don't understand why. I figured, that was like a thing for the critics to, to do, like, was to take the movie and, talk about, the good and the bad and all that good stuff. But, it's whatever. I feel like I'm supposed to be, like on a particular task. And I feel like I've gotten like completely distracted. Ooh. That's actually really exciting that you're doing a book and everything. So I think that would actually be a pretty fun thing to do, like write a book and everything.
No, I don't talk to strangers. Go away.
Well, that's awfully rude.
Go away. I don't talk to strangers.
Oh man. Mm. So do we go with our gut feeling, charisma, or physique? Because that physique, that's pretty it's pretty high up there. The gut feeling's not too bad either. And, and I also need to update my stream panels as well because we are now part of the Bloomix studio, which is awesome, by the way. So glad I finally get to talk about that too. You know what? Let's try gut feeling. I think we can get it with the gut feeling. All right, all right, we're doing good so far. All right, we're doing bad so far. Don't stink it up. Don't stink it up. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We just got to get a 6 or better. There we go. There we go.
You're right. Come around the house. Then I'll tell you. Not here at the window where everyone can see us.
All right, we're gonna pick up all these radishes. Thank you, thank you. Pick up that brush. Pick up these dandelions. Dang it.
I'm sure the people in the village have told you that I'm the window keeper. Because I sit at the window all day. I don't mind. I'm just Henriette Maurer.
I don't know why she's so bitter.
All kinds of things from there. You can take my word for that. People always talk behind my back that I have so much time. That's why I would sit at the window all
She
day.
seems so bitter and angry for no reason.
Utter nonsense. If there's one thing I don't have much of anymore, it's time. It's not a nice feeling, I tell you, when you know that you are dying now. Well, everyone
Ah,
does,
dang it. I
that's
would drop my phone on the floor.
but not everyone knows that their days are numbered.
Oh,
But
shoot.
after all, I was allowed to grow old. Whether
Ah,
that's a curse or
of
a
course.
blessing, I don't
Oh,
know.
stupid confetti.
And I don't need to know. That's in God's hands, the priest always. He is a good man. My, the thing with his housekeeper, Miss Oberlech, everyone has a vice. I don't care. He has to discuss that with the Lord. They'll come to an agreement. He's a good man. Even to Lenz, the victim, he was always friendly, although he often didn't make himself popular at all.
We'll do this one.
The what? Ah, the robbers in the forest. Yes, I've heard that too. It's not nice, but I mean, where else am I going where they could find me? I've already noticed that they've put up some of the men at the bridges leading to the village. That's important too, of course.
Wow.
I think the robber's name is foreign somehow. What was that again? Ah, Pasquini. Like the kini. Yes, now I remember. They're apparently from Mammendorf or something, and are known everywhere. Because they take everything that isn't nailed down. Everything. They've even taken cows and children.
You know, I also got like 20 bucks in Amazon credit, so I wonder what I should get from Amazon.
So, in any case,
Should we just kind of hold on to
they're
it?
not good people, the Pasquinis. They make mushroom hunting no fun anymore. I'm sure you can imagine that. Not that I go looking for anything in the forest, but Kathi and Peter, for example, they go to the forest to find mushrooms for their Ramschwammerl. They're good, I tell you.
Hmm.
You absolutely have to try them.
Hey, you know what? Hang on. So I think that's one of the newer ships. Okay, 2015. Okay, so that's an older ship. That's 10 years.
Not everyone liked him. At the Schormeyer farm, things sometimes go haywire. And the boy, Lenz, God rest his soul, especially liked to act up in the Gschwendner
All
Inn.
right, hang on.
He wasn't
I'm gonna dust out like all this
exactly
stupid
alcohol
confetti real
addict,
quick.
if I may say so. Of course, I don't know what exactly happens there. I don't go into the inn anymore. It's too loud for me, and I don't like the way people look at me.
Oh.
It's always busy there,
Ah.
especially on Sundays. What was going on
Fatty,
there
like, all in
again?
the chair.
Ah, yes, I remember. I couldn't sleep because my back hurt so much. Then I had to go to the potty again. Then I looked out of the window. There was still a light on
Ow.
in the inn. And that's when I saw
That kind of
Schmidt.
hurt.
He went down the forest path up ahead. He was alone. I think he was pretty drunk. I don't know where he was going at that time of night. I went back to bed. My feet got cold, you know. Yes, that's how it was. Exactly. I may be old, but I'm not stupid. But I really don't know what else was going on there. And now I'm tired too. I need to lie down. Give my best regards to the priest.
Okay. Oh, I also forgot. There's the PS4. The PS4 is also an option. Oh. Huh. Dang it. No, I don't want to talk to you. Alright, so we got eggs, got the dandelion. We should okay, there we go. I was gonna say, like, we should have some hmm. We'll do charisma. We'll do strength. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I know, right? How we doing, Teddy? How was your weekend, Teddy? This is a crime scene? I'm doing okay. We had an interesting weekend. Oh, I see it now. Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess I better eat a pretzel real quick, huh? Where are the pretzels? There it is. Pretzels. Eat. This is a interesting game, so to speak. It's like you're kind of like a detective, and you're trying to basically kind of figure out like what the heck is going on around this town. I mean, I know it's a crime scene, but like that seems a bit broken. Wow, wow, you talk about highway robbery. That is horrible. Wait, I'm already hungry again? What? I just ate a mushroom. Not a mushroom, a pretzel. Man, see, like it's so weird that like I can't. Hmm. Yeah, that is way too much. Like there should honestly be no reason why it should cost that much. Like I mean I understand, it's a business, and everyone's there to make money and everything, but that's a bit absurd, you know. Like it should never be like that. Also, you have to come here to fill up the lantern. Huh. Wait. But I have an empty lantern. Like, is that not an empty lantern? Like, what? How do you not? All right, that makes no sense. I got confetti in my ear. Ugh, that makes no sense. I'm pretty sure that says a lantern and it says empty. Pretty sure. Hmm. It seems so broken. Yeah, that is honestly terrible. You know that you gotta spend that much money just to just to stay somewhere, even if it's like for like a day or two. Like that's crummy. All right, let's pick up these eggs. Ooh, that sounds pretty fun. I don't know. I mean, if I had the option to go something like that, I definitely would do it. I mean, it's a great way to get out the house, even if it's for like 4 hours. Like it's something is better than nothing. Oh, we got lucky on that one. We got lucky with the push. We'll take all. We'll leave. You know what? We should go back to the inn and just go to sleep. Welcome back, Teddy. Welcome back. We're gonna make our way back to the. Okay, I have an empty lantern. I have an empty lantern, and now I just pick. You know what? I it makes no sense. This honestly makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah, so we're gonna go to the we're gonna go to the inn. We're not gonna use the lantern. We're gonna save our oil, and we're just gonna go to sleep. We're gonna sleep till the morning because it would be stupid to just sleep for like 2 hours and it's still dark. Why not get free sunlight and go investigate the crime scene? I'm also assuming that you participate in the triathlon as well. Have we read this notice? Ooh, that's like a 50-50 shot. I don't know if we're going to be able to decipher that note, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, so much for that. Nope, we're not going to get it. We're so not going to get it. We're going to lose. Okay, never mind. Was not expecting that. That'll be the last time I doubt this game. All right, we'll pick up that hammer. We will open the lock on this one. Oh, shoot. We should be able to get this one. Surprised I didn't lose points on that one. But I guess because, it's all the way up, maxed out, it's pretty much like a given. I feel like a thief. Pick up the salt, pick up that stick. Anything over here? No. Oh, there's an onion. Anything over here in this field? No, but I know where we are now. The crime scene should be over here. Hmm. All right, let's see if we get closer. Because I know there's a puddle of blood, like right there on the ground. Oh, you're gonna make me eat another pretzel. All right. See, like right here. Makes no sense. God dang it, I gotta eat it again? Alright, so we'll eat again. But there's like definitely something here. It's like it's so broken, like looking at stuff. You know, we'll go back to the village and we'll talk to people. That actually sounds kind of cool. You know, that'd be kind of cool, like to see like the people like, you know, like set up like a little interactive thing where you know, like the Blues Brothers like walking around like questioning people, questioning for stuff. Almost like a I guess it's like a whodunit style festival. Anything over here? Oh, yeah, there's a stick. Yo, Prince, how we doing? How we doing this evening? It is really warm in here. Why is it so hot in here? I'm doing pretty good. You know, we were doing okay in this game earlier. I probably should have actually kept playing when I had the chance. Now I'm kind of a little bit lost, but you know, it's all good. How was your weekend? How was your Easter? Oh, you know, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Hmm. All right, hang on. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. We're gonna put a brief pause on this because I know what I was supposed to be downloading for the Switch, and I completely forgot until just now. Oh, nope, that needs to go that way. See, you would think I would just leave this. No, it does go that way. All right. Why can I not plug a USB cable into the switch dock? There we go. I completely forgot I was supposed to be downloading Halia on the Switch because someone had recommended me playing that game. I said I was gonna download it, and I have yet to get started on that. So with that being said, I definitely need to get on the ball with that. Plus, also need to make sure that there are no more games that I want on sale right now. Because it is, we got about an hour before the eShop sales refresh. Ooh, who's on? Oh. I might. I might get the Thousand Door remake. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have way too many games on the Switch as it is. I probably should stop buying games for the Switch, but you know, I say that and I still buy games like it's nothing. Oh, dang it. There we go. I mean, because so like these two packages right here, these are Switch games. Um, let's see. Here's another Switch game right here. This is a Switch game, so there's three. And then we also those are stuck together. So here's another three Switch games. So we already have six. We have six packages of Switch games already. And I want to say we have like another. I want to say we have like another four coming in the mail within the next week. Actually, thank you for reminding me. Because there's two coming in the mail. Well, actually, one of them is for Sam. So that one we will we'll open that one, and the other package we'll leave sealed. Ooh. Let's say April the 1st. All right, so that one we'll be getting on Wednesday. Yeah, because it arrived. Yeah, so package one looks like we'll be getting on Wednesday. And I want to say we got like a game coming in tomorrow. Yeah, I really need to stop buying video games. But you know, potato tomato. See, and that's something I like too. I like when people go like all out to like dress the part, if that makes sense. When it comes to doing events like that. See, I also want to get Untitled Goose Game, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I should wait and just get a physical copy of that. So I had a $20 card around here. Oh, there it is. Guys, I got this $20 eShop card, and I need to redeem this. Because there's a few games I do want to buy. Obviously, not like I, need any more digital games. Yeah, but this is like everything we have downloaded on the Switch right now. Still a growing list. I know. A few of these we will actually be playing this week as well. That is so much stuff. Actually, how much space do we have? About 300 gigs. Okay, so we're okay. Pretty impressive that 1 terabyte SD card has not filled up completely yet. I'm actually surprised. I was totally expecting that thing to be like completely filled by now. I don't know if I should be impressed with myself or disappointed. Hmm. Ooh, not a lot. Kind of hungry. I should go get a snack. Hey, you know what? Let's do that. Let's go get a snack. Hmm. All right. What are we feeling? What are we feeling on watching? We're gonna watch some Breath of the Wild. Do we want to watch Fortnite or what is Bramble? What is this? Bramble the Mountain King. Breath of the Wild. All right. You know the ironic part that you picked Breath of the Wild. The streamer that's actually currently playing Breath of the Wild. Um, he actually ended up being the guy that knocked off the cool kids. The Queen is playing Bramble. Yeah, Queen's playing Bramble. So because you said no, you are gonna play it in no spoilers. We'll um we'll go to play some Breath of the Wild. Actually, I'm gonna see if I catch this Pokemon first. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch it. So I don't think I've caught any Pokemon tonight. I think we're on a cold streak so far with Pokemon this week. Oh, you're lurking in her stream. Oh, okay, I got you. So I was just about to say we were gonna go to Jordan K Games. He's actually currently playing Breath of the Wild, and he did actually drop that massive raid about a month ago. Was it a month ago? I think it was a month ago. I know it wasn't very long ago that that raid came through. March the 4th. Yeah, yeah. So it was a month ago. Oh, whoops. I don't know why I said 2023. Oop, I need to edit that. That should say 2024. Wow. Whoops. All right, so you say you want to go to Queen instead? So you want to go to Queen and not Jordan, correct? I don't know. I mean, you are lurking. All right, we're gonna go to Jordan. We're gonna go to Jordan. That way, it won't spoil anything for you. I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, so yeah, let's go to Jordan K Games, who is currently playing some Breath of the Wild. Actually, I also started playing Breath of the Wild on stream last month, so that's how he ended up rating me. I do need to get back into playing Breath of the Wild as well. I mean, I beat it already, but it was just one of those things where I was like, I wanted to play it on stream again, just because. But it was a fun game. This one that we were playing tonight, the yeah, Inspector Schmidt. It's okay. It's an okay game. It is one of those ones that's like you have to you definitely have to put the time into it, because if not, then you're gonna end up getting lost and everything like that. But of course, with that being said, we will be back on Wednesday. Um, with I believe I have in the name of or in celebration of violence up Wednesday night. So we won't be streaming tomorrow. That's Wife Day. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all stay safe. Be careful out there, because I know it's raining over here, and I don't know how the weather is over there for y'all. Um, but yeah, I will see y'all on Wednesday night. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, Teddy, DJ, fantastic. Prince of Crime, I greatly appreciate y'all stopping by, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Good night.